All right, guys, we're here at this Vintage Fest, and it actually has a line. I'm surprised. I think it went outside. We're going to see if people have that much of a thirst for nostalgia that they are willing to stand in these long lines and brave the storms just to get their hands on that authentic vintage shit. Okay, well, they let us in, so we're here inside the totally rad fest, I guess, Vintage Fest. I don't know if it's distinctly 80s, 90s, but it's supposed to be totally rad.
So here we are at the totally rad Vintage Fest, and I'm curious to see if I can find any t-shirts of like Eric Estrada or Paul Rodriguez or Don Francisco. I don't think I'm gonna find shit here, but let's check it out.
Well, I hope you like clothes, because at this show you're going to see a shitload of them. A lot of the people here look like a certain archetype, like very much like fashionista type people here, just combing through vintage clothes. Like, so stuff that was once worn by somebody, I don't know, maybe a broccoli head will wear it. This booth is where you could find rock shirts and metal shirts from like 20 years ago.
I don't know. The kids like 25 years and younger, I don't know that they would even know who they are. And Black Flag, they're old as shit, man. Old as shit.
The other thing we're noticing is that things have like a crazy markup on them, even though they're considered deals. If you're willing to spend, seeing a lot of $40 ones, $50 ones, $60 ones, so you better be a super fan. 50 bucks. 50 bucks. Our producer's a huge fan of Deftones, and I wanted to see how much it was. So this Deftones windbreaker, just a light, barely insulated windbreaker, right? So I flipped it over and I looked in there, and it's $175. This is crazy, guys. I mean, look at this stuff, okay? Look at this t-shirt. Now, I have t-shirts that have holes in them. Now, granted, it is Harley Davidson, but it's 60 bucks for this t-shirt.
They can spend like $40, $50 or more for a shirt. But in Mexico, you could go down to Juarez and you could go to the open markets and you could get some of this stuff for pennies on the dollar, for pesos on the dollar even.
So it's not necessarily 80s vintage stuff like we thought. There's a huge mad buy-up for 2000s. In the 2000s, the Y2K era. That is the bulk of the stuff that you're gonna see that's like really popular, is the Y2K era stuff. You got like West Coast choppers, you got like all that just Y2K era, early 2000s kind of stuff, which is now apparently vintage. One thing that I have not seen yet, I don't know if I'm happy or not because they were stupid, were those Looney Tunes gangster ass, like the cross-color shirts, or just like the Looney Tunes gangster ass characters. That was dumb as hell. And if you remember this stuff from like when you were a teenager, or it was around when you were a teenager, it's probably time for a colonoscopy. Oh my God, dude, look at the girls mobbing up on the purses. That's crazy. This booth here has like all sorts of trading cards, like from that era, like 80s, 90s, 2000s. They got Scooby-Doo trading cards, Elvis trading cards, Beavis and Butthead, Alf.
At first I thought it was a pair of but it's just Coneheads trading cards.
Ninja Turtles, New Kids on the Block. They got Playboy trading cards. They got Freddy Krueger trading cards.
These cards for me would be like having a poster that I could hang above my bed. Yeah, some Pamela Anderson trading cards. Uh-huh. Here we are at this booth where they have all sorts of analog media, but the only question is, what are you gonna play it on? I threw out my VCR years ago.
Yeah, they've even got E.T., which is great movie, shitty video game.
Give me some of your Reese's Pieces. I could really use some right now. Oh look, porn.
So this is a cool little feature here. They have the Rad Rewind Museum, and it's got all this retro vintage electronics like cell phones and iPods and stuff like that. So let's reflect on a much simpler and better time.
Ah yes, it is the famous Nintendo Power Glove. We know what it was for back then, but today, I don't know. It seems like it would be used on something like OnlyFans.
These were phones that were meant for phoning. This is back before people only like resorted to text, like exclusively. People actually left voicemail messages and people returned calls. What have we become? So this is kind of cool actually. They have an area here that's got all retro video games, arcade games, and not all of them are arcade. They've got NES games, but they got tabletop, Frogger. Yeah, so like these are games you can play without having an internet connection. Now these are pretty cool because you can find real records from some of your favorite artists, and they're real records. So, but yeah, that's really cool the way they're displayed. You may not find everything, but you're gonna find some really good stuff here. There's some really good stuff.
You supply the album. You go through your records and supply the album. I'll get the frame ready, I'll get the mat board ready, and I'll get you your album in there and get them right back to you.
Very cool.
And I'll do it
to
for
know.
half price. So instead of the $100, it's $50 if you supply the record.
Very cool. So even though you may not have Limp Bizkit,
I can get it. I
could get it.
I do.
You could get it.
In fact, I made a Breaking Benjamin and a Stone Temple Pilots for girls the other day, and so yeah, Limp Bizkit I can get.
These guys are getting up to some shenanigans here in Woodkit.
Shenanigans for Totally Rad though, man. We're loving it. We're loving Albuquerque.
Right
Good
on.
Mexican food, man.
I love the Mexican food here too, man. Hell yeah. You have to come smoke a leño with me, bro. Yeah, smoke a leño.
We got the Vintage Kids, man. Who we live with? Two geeks in one show. Well, we right here. We two fools and some vintage, so go check it out. But no, we the Vintage Kids. We coming all the way from the shop, live to you, just for you. You already know how it go, man. Totally Rad. We hitting the world with it. We on the 2-month tour. We're on 60 days right now. We got 30 days till we go back home. So you know, anything's possible if you put your mind to it. You know, don't give up. Get up and get it, stay committed, get your greens, smoke your greens. You already know what the fuck we mean. You know what I'm saying?
So there you have it, guys. This was the Totally Rad Vintage Fest. Saw a lot of cool stuff. So check it out. It's a traveling show. It might be coming to your neck of the woods. Be sure to like and subscribe. Smash the bell. And yeah, at least get notifications when we're going to drop new ones. And by the way, sorry to make you feel so old. Like, we're not that far behind you, and we're probably even a little bit in front of you. So just go with it.